Well, boys, my heart is full, my fist is swollen because I'm
throbbing.
So is the bulge in my pants.
absolutely pumped about this weekend heading to Geelong to win the national fistball tournament.
Yeah, we're not going there to play.
No,
We're not here to take part. We're here to take over.
Would you just have a look at these? If you're watching on
Fucking
YouTube,
hell.
it is fucking phenomenal what has just landed in our laps.
ID Athletic have come through so strong
Fuck yeah, they have.
with this merch.
The Western Fist is brought to you by ID Athletic. These are available to purchase over at BackChat Studios.
Shut up and take my fist.
Mumba Digital put the website together. I will say that.
Very
it looks
good
fucking
website.
great.
Yep.
Go on and get them. There's a box over there. There's about
Not many.
50 left.
Yep.
Once they're gone, they're gone. Never get made again. And they tell me these don't look amazing.
They do look
Do you
fucking
know
good.
what's I can't wait for one day, right, when I have a grandson and he's just wearing the Western Fisters merch like this one. And I'll
Yeah.
say, where'd you get that? And he was at an op shop or something. And someone's,
I was going to say he bought it.
oh, no. It's circulated
was
Perth.
the inaugural
Yeah.
Yeah.
West Australian fistball side merchandise.
Yeah. Fucking awesome.
One
And by
and
that
only.
point, we'll have won multiple national championships. We'll be internationally acclaimed.
Do you Hammer more and more feel left out a little bit that you've had to look? I can't imagine it's an easy process you're going through.
Yeah, it is disappointing. Obviously, I've had to withdraw myself from the competition. Can't make it over to Geelong, and we'll be watching avidly from the sidelines. It does hurt, but
It should.
it should. Yeah, it definitely does.
I hope this butt is.
No.
I'm going to be bigger and better than 12 months later.
Yeah, I will.
I don't want to hear.
I will be far bigger and better in 12 months. But what I'm really looking forward to is the fact that we can now stream it and sit down and watch
So good.
game. Are they sirens? Are there sirens in this?
I don't.
Are there whistles, whistle to whistle,
No, like the game
air horn
just
to
ends.
air horn?
Like
Does the game just
The
stop?
set just ends. You win
Yeah.
the set.
I think it's BYO air horn.
Yeah, BYO air horn.
That's an
I'm excited to listen. BYO air horn.
You
to
don't even have to
BYO air
listen.
horn.
You watch, mate.
Yeah.
Streaming, thanks to Streamer.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
We have the entire national tournament streamed globally.
Yeah.
And I can say globally because
Yeah.
anyone can watch it.
Anyone can get on Google.
And the fixture has been announced. We're going to dive into the fixture very shortly, but on our socials, we're going to post that as well. The fixture is going to be there. So it starts 10 a.m. Western time. Okay.
Western Fister time.
Western
I think it
Fister
is.
time.
I think so. You're
We're
right.
not in the very first game.
WFT. 10 o'clock WFT.
We're not in the first game, which is great because it gives us a chance to just scope out what's
Ease
happening.
into it,
They
yeah.
think they're doing they think, they're the newcomers. They want to
Yeah.
game. I will split the team up. I'll have 5 watching one game, 5 in the other, and there'll be notepads.
Oh,
no one is giving us a sniff.
It's
No.
fantastic.
Not a single person is giving us a
The
chance.
disrespect from the fisting community.
It's-
Although it's been highly respectful and they've been completely welcoming.
Yeah.
The disrespect from a
from that
competitive aspect
Yeah.
is overwhelming.
It's like when Rocky fought, what was Dolph Lundgren's character? What was his name?
Can you tell me about it?
I've never seen Rocky.
No,
You've
neither
never
have I.
seen Rocky?
Neither have I. Please tell me about
What
the
the
episode.
fuck?
Tell me what happens.
I'm pretty sure it might have been, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but it was Rocky 3. Rocky 1, he fought Apollo Creed. Maybe he did it back-to-back in 2. I can't remember. But Rocky 3, he fights this Ivan Drago, that's his name.
Yes.
Played by Dolph Lundgren, who's this 6'6" fucking Adonis cut out of marble.
The Russian
And
dude?
the Russian dude.
Like the boy.
The boy. And we're talking full-on technical advances of the Russian, like the Soviet Union is all behind him. Rocky's invading enemy territory going over there. USA versus Soviets. And like he's got shit hooked up to him. He's testing his punching power into all the screens, whatever. And then it cuts to Rocky's training montage. And he's carrying logs through snow and he's just like fucking trudging through there. No one gave him a chance, Western Fisters versus the world.
So we're Rocky.
We're Rocky. Rocky gets in there and like takes this bloke 12 rounds. He's been knocking blokes out for fun, and all of a sudden he's just like going for it. Rocky's taking it to him.
Sounds like the Terminator.
Oh yeah, Ivan's wife is in the corner like screaming at him. Anyway, she ends up leaving him because he lost. And he's like, anyway, it's this whole in the midst of the Cold War or whatever the fuck it is. Rocky's beaten a Russian in the Soviet Union, and everyone's chanting USA,
Wow.
which is just us winning the national championship.
Cut to national championships.
Yeah.
Fisters,
Fisters.
fisters.
Yeah,
Do you
so
know,
that's
actually,
us.
do you know they'll be cutting to the song, the team song, which we have of the Western Fisters. And do you know what? Hammer.
Hammer doesn't know about this.
We've got it for you right now.
Hammer.
Okay.
The
please.
Western Fisters theme song.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Here we go.
We are the Western Fisters, the black and the gold, the pride of Perth, for young and for old. With our fingers and our thumb, we go straight to number 1. And we've got a hunch, you don't want to feel this punch. Tell your brothers, tell your brothers, tell your sisters, tell your sisters, tell your husband, and your missus, cause we Western Fisters.
Brought to you by Cal
Cal
the
Kramer from
Southern
the River Band. Wow,
everybody.
boy, howdy.
How bloody good.
I
Fuck,
tell you
that's
what,
good.
I know this is last minute, and I know we're already calling someone today,
Mm-hmm.
but I'd like to call Cal a little later in the show. Okay, I'm gonna leave that with you over there, Nick.
Can we do that on Patreon?
I'm not sure. Not sure what the
Special.
copyright would be, but I would find it very funny to get the montage of that Rocky fight against Ivan Drago with a Western Fister cropped over Rocky's head with that song playing in the background.
I'm sure we can. No copyright. That's great. Creative.
Oh, fuck, that would be funny.
All right, let's
anyway,
do
that is great.
Yeah.
Go the Fisters.
It is all happening. This is going to be, if you haven't realised already, this is going to be full on fisting today. We're talking fisting.
I think what might get us off
Western
to a bit of a start is if we get Chris Milne on the phone. So
Okay, who's Milne?
Chris Milne is the Australian coach of the national team for fistball. He's also been an absolute legend leading into this because
Nick's just crawling through the camera.
he's been helping us out.
Dickie D! Can't put your head up. Face us.
around.
Face us. Tell us a story, Dickie D. You actually look like Dickie D.
Shit, that's funny.
Sorry, if you're not watching, Nick's forehead is just.
And just full screen that for us as well,
shit.
if you can, mate.
Okay.
Top left corner.
Sorry, you were saying who Milne was.
Milne is just a legend. He's been helping
He's
us.
just a
get
legend.
all
Okay,
this
sweet.
through to, all this. He's been teaching us how to play fistball. He's been getting us started from the very beginning.
He's the coach of the Australian national fistball team. He's not just a legend. He's not just some guy.
He's,
I
the,
said that-
he's the
I said that at the
godfather of
very
Australian.
start.
This guy I wasn't listening to. This guy could be the godfather of fistball in Australia.
Don Corleone. Don Milne.
Is there a godfather in
Here he is.
Holy shit.
He's
Milne.
wearing gold, green and gold.
Wow, what a beautiful sight. Milne, welcome to the program. How are you, mate?
Thank you. I'm great. Good to see the Western Sisters merchandise getting out there.
Absolutely.
It's great.
Yours at backchatstudios.com.au/shop.
I mean, Milne, does this bring any sort of intimidation to you, or are you just happy to see the fisting name being spread through the community?
Well, intimidation's probably a bit strong. Appreciative. Definitely loving the enthusiasm, and obviously you guys are a completely unknown quantity as far as what you're going to be like on the field. So it's pretty exciting for
Hey,
sure.
Milne, have you seen the Rocky Balboa movies?
I have.
Do you
Yeah.
remember when Rocky goes to the Soviet Union and fights Ivan Drago?
And who is Ivan Drago in this situation?
So we are obviously Rocky, and given we are an entirely different nation over here in the West, we are moving to the Soviet Union on the eastern states to fight Ivan Drago and co, which is you guys.
So, Milne,
Beautiful.
you are
Yeah.
playing in the national championships. We'll come back on who you are and what you do, but you're playing for South Australia. Is that correct?
Correct.
Right.
A ramshackle group of guys that we'll be calling South Australia for the
Now,
purposes of this tournament.
you've been involved in fistball. Tell us about your fistball journey, mate. How did you find out about it? What do you currently do? What have you done for Australian fistball?
Yeah, I mean, I can start by telling quickly the story of fistball in Australia. It all goes back to two guys, basically, two best mates, one in his late 30s, one in his early 40s. They've lived a pretty wild life, flying helicopters in the Middle East and, in the Navy and this sort of stuff, doing some tours. And basically, one of them, Rolf, is about to have a set of twins. He's already had his first child. He's about to have his set of twins. And you can see his path in life becoming very run-of-the-mill, very rote lifestyle. And so him and his mate sitting at a pub on New Year's Eve in 2012, and they said, we've got to set some New Year's resolutions. And so they set three. One of them was to release a pop single. Another one was to launch an expedition somewhere.
Wow.
And then the third one was to represent Australia in a sport. And so, the next day they woke up with quite hungover, but immediately determined to follow this through. And so they did some research. There's a whole bunch of sports they were going to try. One of them was kabaddi, which I think some Aussie footballers had to go at some point as well.
Yeah, Campbell Brown absolutely butchered that sport beyond belief.
Yeah. So we looked that up, but there already was an Australian Federation, and not only was there already Australian Federation, they had already been done for drug cheating in the most recent World Championships. So they'd beaten us to it. So Richard, the other guy, he found fistball on the World Games website and looked it up. And he's like, shit, this looks like a real sport. Reached out to the International Federation. They said, amazing, you guys are the only Australian people playing fistball. You are now our Australian Federation, so get at it. And then they went, okay, crap. Okay, now we've got to follow through. And so my introduction to the sport was that they'd been playing for a little bit, and then they decided to organise their first tournament. And a mate that I went to school with is Rolf's cousin, and he told us to come along. Well, Jimmy, his cousin, got me involved and said, come along, we're going to be the Fitzroy Lions, because we're all based around Fitzroy at the time. And we're going to compete in this tournament. And I was like, yeah, it sounds stupid. But he did say, you know, if you play, there's a good chance you can play for Australia, because currently there's nobody else. And I was like, yeah. And, you know, I was early 30s at that point, well past my sporting prime, if you could ever call it a prime. And I said, yeah, go for it. And so we went to that tournament. We won the trophy the first time, fell in love with the sport. And then we went to Pakistan a year later, represented Australia.
Were you
in
on
the
that
first
trip?
Asian Championship.
We've showed
What
the
was
footage. We've showed the footage on BackChat
Of
where
the
you guys
Pakistan
went.
trip.
Were you on that trip?
Oh, yeah. And the best part of that story was there hadn't been great communication with the Pakistani guys. Like they're very minimal on giving details. And so when we flew in, 6 of us, there was 5 of us at that point. When we flew in, we literally had no idea what was going to happen. We didn't know how we were going to get to our hotel, where our hotel even was someone going to pick us up, were they going to greet us? We didn't know. And as we're about to leave the baggage check, guy comes over and goes, are you the fistball team? And we're like, yeah, I guess so. Oh, maybe there's a taxi waiting out there for us. So we gather our bags, stuff around for a little bit, and then we walk out through the doors, and there's this corridor of all these people gathered around with all these video cameras and microphones, and we kind of like look behind us, like there must be a celebrity right behind us. And we kept walking, and then we realized, no, this is all for us. And they thrust these flowers in our hands and microphones and cameras, and they said, and we didn't even notice at the time, they said, how does it feel to be the first Australian national team to tour Pakistan since Taylor? Yeah. And we're like, you know, trailblazers, you know, mending Pakistani Australian sporting relations without realizing it. So, yeah. So, I mean, that was back in 2014. That was kind of the start of it. And then since then, I've been heavily involved in running the sport with a couple of other guys and girls. And, yeah, it's been 10 years now. And I've been to Switzerland, New Zealand, Pakistan, Argentina, and Germany most recently. Just playing and coaching the sport. So it's been great fun.
It's look,
Incredible.
as much as we'll take the piss, and you've been very welcoming for us newcomers to the sport. We didn't have quite the same discovery, but finding fistball, just thinking, holy fuck, what a sport!
Yep.
I mean, credit to ourselves. We've gone pretty hard at it, but credit to you guys. You've definitely welcomed us into the sport. What's the the trajectory, do you think, of fistball? Is this something that could this be an Olympic sport? Could this potentially be that in any
European
future?
handball's a fucking Olympic sport.
Yeah, correct.
This is way better than that.
Oh, yeah.
This is shitloads better than that.
What do you think, Melanie?
Yeah, so, I mean, the IFA are always trying to get IOC recognition. It's like their goal, their long-term goal. And so when we told them we were playing, not only were they excited that there was an Australian team, but they're also excited that it was an Australian team that had no German connection, because up until that point, almost all of the federations and associations that have been formed are all like, you know, Germans that had moved to another country and, you know, set up the sport there. So we were completely German free, and so it was the first step, I think, for them in spreading that beyond it's a German sport for Germans. It's now an international sport where Aussies can play. And so maybe, like, if we get enough nations playing, I think they have to level the playing field a little bit as well. At the moment, the Germans and the Swiss and the Brazilians and the Austrians are just too good. But if we can level the playing field, I think it's got heaps of growth because, as you've seen, it's a bloody fun sport to play. It's just got to get bums on seats.
Bloody
And
epic,
it's really good
epic.
to watch too. Like some of the rallies between these big nations, it's incredible.
That's enough about everyone else. What about us?
Yeah,
what sort of chance do you give the Western Fisters in the upcoming national tournament,
and
Melanie?
as I've said, and you have said, you have seen Rocky Balboa, so we know how the story ends. But set the scene for us, Milty. What are you giving us?
Oh, anything can happen, mate. Anything can happen in a national championships. There's quite a few rounds to get through, so you'll need some consistency. But you guys have the longest playing list of everyone. I think it was an extra one. So you should have the stamina to get through it. And, Scully's already said that like defense will win you a championship. So you can have the fanciest attackers, but if you can get those balls back, you can tire them, you can run them down, then you can go in for the kill. So I'm not going to rule it out. I'm not going to rule out anyone.
Okay, so that's okay.
I'm curious to know what Anthony has told you, because I feel like Anthony, he's a guy who's playing for South Australia, might I add, and he does live in WA, but he has been coming along to our training.
Well, he tried out.
He's been taking notes, and now he's playing for you. So has he been giving you like some intel?
Yeah, he's been telling me like what sort of inflation level you guys like to play your fistballs with. So obviously we'll go a little bit more inflated than that. No, he said that you guys are really coming along. I think Monica being there, and like I was saying to Dan the other day, she was 2 days away from not even knowing that there was going to be a tryout. She just happened to respond to my email 2 days beforehand and was able to come.
It's fate.
And I think having her there, it's got you guys on the right path for sure. Because you can go out and you can fist the ball as hard as you want, but it's the little things. It's the technique. It's the form, like how you form on the field, how you move on the field makes all the difference.
I've always said fisting's about technique.
I've also said you can fist as hard as you like.
Exactly. You can fist as hard as you want, but if you're fisting in the wrong places, then it just doesn't really tickle the fancy.
That is what we have always said.
I often say that. A question that I'm sure we'll have a look at the fixtures in a little bit, but a question I'm asking myself is we're the only team with a cool name. Everyone else is just South Australia or New Victoria. Like, what's going on there? Do you guys have your own little internal thing, or is it?
Or have you dropped the ball?
Yeah, or have you dropped the ball? Yeah.
I guess we've dropped the ball. Really, we do have clubs here, they're very fisty as far as puns are concerned. Obviously, I had the Fistro Alliance, but we already have the Bay City Fisters here.
That's nice.
And Fist Club and Dust Fist and a couple of other ones, but West Side Wombats. But it's for the to be honest, this is our first actual nationals. So we've had a lot of club type tournaments, but once we heard that you guys, we haven't been able to have nationals in the past because we've been so Victorian dominant as far as our player base. But once you guys got involved,
USA style,
exactly. But with you guys getting started in New South Wales, now we can justify a real state of origin type setup.
We are very much looking forward to bringing our talents to South Beach. Are we going over any of the fixtures?
I'd love to just know some players to watch because we've been watching some tape. We've been seeing the Australian national team play.
But he's the coach. He knows.
You're the coach, so maybe could you give us a bone here and just tell us who to look out for? Let's start with one. John Morley.
We don't know about John Morley.
Enemy number one.
Johnny Boy.
It was a public feud. It was a private feud. It's now a public feud.
It's very public. I started following on Instagram. Seems like a lovely bloke.
Does seem like a nice guy. He's a striker for the Australian team, is he not?
Yes, he is. He's a big bloke.
How big?
He's probably about your height.
Yes, he's not that fucking big, is he?
He's got a pretty big volleyball background. He's played like overseas college volleyball and that sort of stuff.
Like we're playing fistball, not volleyball.
What a loser!
Yeah, exactly.
So only college.
College volleyball. What a nerd!
Sorry,
we've tried to drum it out of him, but he keeps talking about it. But he's good. He's a good player, and it's a bit disappointing that John Yor isn't going to be playing. He's on the team list, but he won't be playing.
He's a left back.
Yeah, and he's got the size of, I don't know, my torso.
Seen those thighs, Johnny? Milny? You seen that or what? Look at that.
They're also
Yeah.
spectacular. But he is actually not playing because he is overseas training in skeleton to try to make the next Winter Olympics. So
Holy
he's like a genuine.
shit.
What a gun.
A
He's a
crosscoder.
genuine athlete.
Good old-fashioned
Fistballer, a
crosscoder.
skeleton, Jesus Christ.
Mm.
Who's my boy?
You love. He's a striker on the Australian team.
He comes on as a bit of a reserve, serves a lot. Last name starts with P.
First name starts with
Oh,
M.
Miller?
Miller, yeah, Miller.
Miller, yeah.
He's
He's
my
an
boy.
exciting player as well.
Is he playing?
Yeah. He'll be playing. He'll be playing for New South Wales. He'll be throwing himself everywhere.
Why does the New South Wales team have the Australian team? Like, effectively, that's what it was, right?
So, without giving too much away, Victorians are pretty old, and we've been, even some Wales guys were recruited last year by John Yor to inject some youthful enthusiasm and general fitness into the team, and they have instantly made it into the national team just on that alone. So most of them are coming back for that. So there's 5 of them that will be from the national team that will be playing in the national camp. But then, Big Metro's got quite a few guys from the national team and country as well.
Sorry to cut you off. Milny, I've got an important
No,
question.
you're right.
How does the national team get picked?
It's a great question.
And how do we play for Australia? Because
Yeah. So for that one, we had a Pacific Fistball Championships in October 2022 with Japan and New Zealand as well.
wow.
And we had 2 teams of that one. We had an Australia and an Australia A.
Yep,
The
bit like
Australia
the
A
Aussies
being
playing
mostly
cricket.
the Sydney guys.
Yes.
Exactly.
Mm.
And so we actually picked the team from those, but we did have tryouts post TFC, as we call it, to try to make the national team. And then selection was done.
Got to put 2 and 2 together there. Lost that last bit.
Just
Now,
losing a little bit
Milny,
of your reception,
question
Milny.
for you. Obviously,
Hopefully we'll have you back.
hopefully you can hear me. If you can't,
Yeah.
I'm going to be talking to myself. You're playing for South Australia. Do you have your recruiting hat on at this championship? Are you keeping an eye out for some avid fisters coming from West to potentially top up the ranks?
For the national team.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. So,
That's all we need. We're available.
yeah, we'll be sending out something shortly, basically saying that if you want to nominate for the Australian team, you can put your name forward, and we'll do a bit of a selection based on this tournament. So this is your chance to kind of go off.
Right.
Perfect. Well, consider yourself
the
a couple of
spreadsheet,
nominations.
just put the 12 of the West Australian, the Western Fisters in, and then there's your squad right there, Billy.
Done.
Easy as. Easy as.
Now, our reception's going a little bit,
Yep.
Milny. We're going to let you go. We're looking forward to meeting you in person, mate. Good luck, I suppose. Good luck. You're going to need it, mate. You're going to bloody need it.
Thank
It's a
you.
national competition. As you've said, the first national champs,
Yep.
the first West Australian side coming
Yep.
to the first national champs. We look forward to taking, I'm assuming there's a trophy, Milny?
Yes.
All right. We look forward
There
to
is.
putting that in the overcarriage.
Get
my
it
friend.
pre-engraved. Thank you very much.
All right.
Any final
Thanks,
words?
guys. I was just going to say that it's exciting the way that you guys have picked it up, because it's the exact same way that we picked it up when we started, which was we started as a joke, and then we just kind of realized the sport's kind of amazing, and then we
Yeah.
just threw ourselves into
Yeah,
it.
bro.
So I love seeing you guys doing it too, with the humor. The humor is important, man. You have to embrace the name, otherwise, what's the point?
Exactly right, mate. Says it on the shirts.
Fist on, baby.
Fist on, Milny.
See you, Milny. Good
Thanks,
luck.
mate.
See you, mate.
All right, so
He
that's
doesn't
Chris
give us-
Milne.
He doesn't give us a chance.
Nah, not a
None
chance
whatsoever. And he'll be watching this back and he'll hear us talk about this. He doesn't give a fuck about us.
No.
No, he does. Like,
No.
it's people.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
cares
yeah.
about
Fisting
us and he's
community.
happy that we're promoting fistball. But he
Fisting
doesn't
community.
care.
He thinks we're there to make up numbers, and that's fine.
Which
We're-
we did too. We did. We
until we
thought
started
that.
playing, we
Until we
realized
imported the Swiss
Express.
Express.
Swiss Express, of course.
Monaco.
Got
Now,
lucky.
our first game, so like we said, you can watch it like live. You don't have to sign up as an account. You have to pay for anything. You watch it live on stream. We'll put the links on
It's what we-
our
it's what we-
socials.
It's what we do for our people.
Exactly. Of
Don't have
course.
to
We
sign
look,
up
we look
or
after the people.
you
It's
know,
on streamer.
just
Our
watch it.
first game's at 10:45 Australian Western Fisting
Yeah,
time.
AWFT.
That's against Vic Country. Now, Vic Country, quick a couple of stats about
time
Vic
again?
Country.
Sorry, that time again.
10:45.
10:45
Okay,
AWFT.
get up, crack a beer, grab a shelter.
Yes.
You can have crack one as well.
Yep.
And knock that back to
Not that bad.
10:44.
Of course, 10:44. Get ready to go. So they have an average games played nationally of 11. So
That's
11
huge.
per person. That's a lot of games.
Have they got
Average.
one bloke that's played 55 games?
No, they've got a general.
Okay, so they've got a good team.
Yeah, they've got a good team.
Pretty much
Average-
every team, everyone's played for Australia.
Yeah, absolutely. Average age is 37, so I think we've got that on them. We do have some youthfulness in our
Youthful
legs.
exuberance.
Average age 37.
Matt McGraw comes in at 47, which is a good
That's
effort.
old, mate.
Which is old.
I'm
Put
gonna
it to the
target-
left, put it
You
to
know
the right.
what?
Matt
So,
McGraw,
exactly
he's
right.
not
Just
going
target
anywhere.
him.
Target Matt.
Youngest player,
Sure,
32.
Matt's pretty good.
So they are very much
Old as fuck.
on the
Who's
lower
that?
end.
Vic Metro. Vic
That's
Country.
Vic Country.
Just got to make it a long rally. If you make it a rally, that game's put it in the
Thank
books.
you.
Which, correct me if I'm wrong, Nick. John Morley's on that team, Vic Country.
John Morley's on Vic Country.
Ah, Big
I
Johnny.
look forward to it, John.
Yeah,
John
look-
Morley.
I know you're listening
the
to
big
John.
nerd who used to play volleyball. Sure, he's a really nice guy.
He looks like an absolute ripper.
Yeah.
But
Nerd,
we did have a bit
nerd
of,
and a loser that played volleyball.
we had a bit of
Shit sport.
Don't call him a loser because we don't know him yet.
Yeah,
but I
just-
did hear he has or previously has been known to get a little bit on the yaps.
Yeah.
Has a bit of a lip.
Yeah.
Had a bit of a lip.
I heard he drinks his own piss.
That's good for you, apparently. Some people do that. Our second game. So
I'm just
after
going to
the
start rumours about everyone in this championship.
So after the 10:45 game, we do go straight into the South Australian game
Basically-
at 11:30.
Basically, everyone gets a buy except us because we get the first game off.
Yeah,
and
that's
we'll be
right.
scouting heavily.
Yeah, heavily scouting.
So that game. Sorry, can we just backtrack a little bit? 11:30, the first game that we're actually streamed on. My apologies. I know I said 10:45.
Right, so you're wrong.
I was wrong. At the first game, that's our first game that we're playing, but it's not
Yeah,
being
we're
streamed.
on Oval too.
The first game that we're being streamed is 11:30.
Which is good.
11:30 AWFT, Australian Western Fisters time.
Of course, and that's against South Australia, so we'll be
Milne.
coming up against
Yeah,
Milne.
we're playing
Milne
Milne.
side.
Uh,
And Tony. Tony.
yeah, that's right.
So we cut him from the squad, and he's playing from South Australia.
Yeah.
So fuck you, Tony. He's been training with us.
Yeah.
So there's been quite a bit of information passed
Tony
across.
sits down to piss, everyone.
The second game, so do I. The second game to be streamed is at 1 o'clock against Vic Metro.
Yeah, that's huge.
So there's a
Big
lot
game.
going on. Just we'll put a full schedule up on our socials, BackChat _, and we are guaranteed to play a final as
Yeah,
well.
that's big.
Play
The
for fourth.
The schedule per times isn't important, but like,
No.
have you got some details about these teams that we're playing?
Yeah. All right. Let's look at South Australia. Average age 35. Oldest player 42. So again, old. Their youngest player is 26. So the age thing it seems to be a consistency here.
Country.
Milne and the South Australian team have the most national games played in the comp.
Yeah.
So a lot of veteran presence
There's
there.
a Milne's the
German.
chief of
There's-
selector.
There's a German in there.
There's
I'm
a
sure
German
an
recruit.
international.
There is,
Yeah.
absolutely. Let's go to New South Wales. Average games played is 12, which doesn't seem like a lot, but if everyone's played 12 games nationally, that's
Almost all of
that's
them
crazy.
played in the most recent world champs
That's
in New
right.
South Wales. I was like watching, I was like, oh, he's on the same team. He's the same team. He's the same team. Pretty much everyone but John Morley.
Yes, that's right.
Fuck.
Much
Johnny
younger
Morley.
squad. Average age
Piss-drinking
28
volleyball
there. And that's full of the international fistballers there. And that's
Give me a
mate,
couple of
that's-
names. Give me some names.
You're
here.
firing this off because you're not coming.
Give me some
And
names.
I'm going to be on the court
Yeah.
for John Morley.
Standing next to piss drinking Johnny. And not the good kind.
What else you got?
That's all Vic
Urine
Vic
Morley.
Metro in New South Wales, Vic Country in South Australia. So the games will also be commentated as well. We have a local Perth commentator by the name of Paul Persick.
Paul Persick,
Yeah,
man.
Paulie's in
King of the
Absolute
West.
legend of streaming.
Dennis Cometti, heard of him?
Yep.
Paul's his son.
Not actually, the beast is.
That's
great.
right.
Yeah, not,
So
yeah,
the-
not legitimate
Not
son. like,
legitimate
I
son.
meant,
Yeah, illegitimate son.
no, we meant by nature. As
Yeah,
in his
of course.
idol is Dennis Cometti.
That's right.
And Paul is about as close as we
a
got.
stand-up job, absolute stand-up job. He will do it. Can I just say I'm feeling starting like get a little bit nervous about it. You know, more like excited nerves that we're about to perform in a national tournament. But my left quad has been sore. So
Yeah.
so Macca at Life Care Claremont has been looking after me, jabbing me with little
Respect.
needles, giving me little rub
You had
downs and stuff like
you've
that.
got Fister's elbow.
I've got Fister's elbow as well, which has been
I
sore.
also have Fister's forearm at the
Yeah.
moment. So
Yeah.
it's been having some issues with the tendons across the front
Yeah,
here. But,
Macca taped you up on
I
our
was taped
training
up.
session.
Nice, respect that.
which held together quite nicely. You have you've put a mandate in
Yep.
to the team. No drinking between here and
Yeah,
Geelong.
from here until Geelong, no booze.
Yeah.
I reckon we
Put
go
a 4-day booze ban.
Sure.
People are outraged.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night, no drinking.
No, do you know what? I actually only text you in the end because I thought I don't want to be that guy that tells everyone the car.
You're going to be. I know what's going to happen. You're going to be at the bar at the airport Thursday, leaving, having a beer. There's
I think that's acceptable.
That's fine.
Which means if I'm going to do it on Thursday, I may as well Wednesday have a cheeky one to
You
even.
basically
easy
just
to
said
the
no
week.
drinking tonight.
Yeah.
No one drink tonight.
I'm bloody excited. Can't wait to get on the court.
So there's a few things I wanted to touch on
sure.
with fistball.
Any more wild allegations I can throw out there?
Well,
about our
this
position?
is to our own team, right? So,
Okay.
Our number one seed, you might remember him, Pierre.
Yeah, yep.
Conti.
He. Look, there's been, I guess, some eligibility issues, maybe that have
Rumours swirling.
arisen. Yeah. So we all had to sign up to the Fistball Association.
Yep.
Entry fee.
Of course.
Member number.
Yeah,
Et cetera,
liability
et cetera, et
waiver,
cetera.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And we put our numbers through. So our numbers are like 170, 171, 72, 173, 173.
Yeah.
Goes into a spreadsheet. And Milne, who has been doing a lot of back-end work to do with this, put our numbers in and he put them in automatically, just searching their names. I'm 170. I'm 169, actually.
Awesome.
Nice.
Did it for two.
Yeah.
And
With a spectator. It's a bit weird.
Pierre
Anyway.
is member number 26.
Okay, so he's been there for a while.
So we've had to investigate it, right? We gave him a call earlier on.
Yeah.
We should have actually shown it. It was quite funny. He's mates with a couple of fistball community members, and he alleges that they signed him up trying to bolster numbers.
Yeah.
He's never played the game, has seen the game, has been a fan from afar, but has never played. But he's our best player.
Okay.
He's a gun. Had a call, verified, okay, it is just a mistaken identity.
Yep.
Got this text after we started chatting to Milne. This is how it goes.
Okay.
All good, boys. I told them I may have signed up years ago when Tony was talking about it, but can't remember doing it. The idiot swallowed it hook, line, and sinker. They still haven't worked out I'm a Vic Metro undercover agent. The look on their faces on game day is going to be absolutely priceless. Viva la Metro. Followed up with, shit, please disregard this. This is the wrong person.
Very good. I like that a lot.
Viva la Metro.
Viva la Metro.
That is actually what they would fucking say. Just in case you
That's
haven't picked
humour.
up, Pierre's being sarcastic and
Yeah,
stuff.
very good. Daisy Pearce has been named as the AFLW coach.
Done with
for
fistball?
West Coast. Yeah, we're done with fistball.
If you'd like
Let's
to
move
wish
on.
us good luck, we do have one final thing before we move on. I know
Yep.
you're very keen to move on, but as I told you before we went on air, if this is a podcast purely about fistball,
That's fine.
that's what the people are going to have.
Yeah, that's what the people want.
Right.
That's what people are going to get.
Now, we do have to make one final call. I think you're going to jump on and maybe action that somehow, Nick. You can come in. You just walk across if you like, Nicholas.
Yeah, that's all right.
Dig your knee.
I don't know if I have.
No, it's okay. It's all sorted, buddy.
Great.
It's okay, mate.
Cool.
While you are doing that, Nick, it's been exciting. So the team's come together. We put an email out. We've booked all flights. We booked accommodation. I just booked dinner on the Friday night. Nice little Italian joint to get the
Pasta,
carbs
yep,
in.
carb loading,
All right.
respect.
You got to,
Dinner for 12.
So dinner for 12. You book over 9 people at the restaurant I booked in. You have to take the feed me options. You'll like this.
Fuck yeah.
$55 a head, unlimited.
Wow.
Feed me. So they just feed you till you're done. We're going to be carved up.
So pasta. We just
Pasta,
put on pasta.
pizza. I don't know, whatever else they order.
Poster.
Yeah, poster, pizza, pasta. So we've booked that in. We've got transport coming at all angles.
Yep.
I would like to do a quick little just shout out to all of our sponsors that have jumped on board. If that's
There's
okay,
a few
Dan.
of them.
So ID Athletic brought to you by the Western Fisters.
Other way around. Western Fist is brought to you by ID Athletic.
That's what happens when I'm looking and walking.
Proudly brought
Can
to
you fix that up,
by
please?
the Western Fisters.
Can you fix up? Okay, wait. No, that's calling for them. I want to do a shout out to them. Are you getting him up now? No, just wait. Well, you just call him whenever you like. Have a listen to this.
Okay.
ID Athletic, Platinum Fisters, our Golden Fisters, our player sponsors. You might have seen these across socials. These are genuine legends.
Yep.
The Leadable Hotel and Precinct. Tell you
Beautiful.
what,
Done.
Streamer,
Perfect.
Fleet Network.
Wow.
Never take your lease.
Never take yourself a lease.
Go West, Transport Solutions, where you're like Mumba Digital.
Yep. Get
You know
yourself
what
a
to do
website.
there.
You know what a website is.
Thread Sheds.
Yep. Never heard of them, but I'm sure they're great.
Absolutely, you
What do
know.
they do?
Life Care,
Life Care,
Physio,
okay. Yep.
Western
Physio.
End Plumbing, Jeremy Oven
Yep.
jumped on
Yeah,
board.
If you shit, he can fix it.
Whippersnapper Distillery,
Fuck yeah, how good's that?
Shelter,
Jesus, how good a team.
And Reboot Australia. Tell me what they do.
Reboot, they restrap your boots.
That's exactly right.
If you got a boot, they'll restrap it.
You're going to like some of these other sponsors we have as well. Puzzle Pitch,
Yep.
Bidet Supplies WA.
Bidet Supplies. When's the last time you've used one of them?
Well, I'll be using them now.
I fucking love them. I used to have one at the old.
They're actually amazing.
I used to have one at my old rental, and you just feel like you could eat off your own ass.
Jovovic Surveying, Jolt Electrical. I tell you what, we love you. Olympus Painting, respect.
What was that electrical one? Is that the one?
Jolt.
Is
Jolted.
that the same bloke that said he'd fix something at your house? Oh no, that was a pest control guy.
We should have got him for a
Anyway,
sponsorship,
continue.
actually. Nield Farming, Rhubarb Records, Body Consultants, Land to Sea, and First Class Podium Dancers. That's bloody right, Hammer.
Fucking oath.
It is absolutely phenomenal. Talking about phenomenal, we're going to cross live to Thornley, I believe, and we have a man on the line walking through the streets. I hope you're safe, mate. Cal Kramer from the Southern River Band. Hello, mate.
G'day, fellas. How you going?
Oh,
Very
bloody
good.
Brilliant. Now, seeing you, Hammer, are you excited to see
Yeah,
this morning?
fucking oath I am. Cal, I just heard this for the first time, mate, this afternoon, and boy, oh boy, what a song. How long that one take you to pen?
That was literally about 5 minutes, I reckon. Probably shorter than it takes to actually play the song.
A genius at work, a true Mozart of his time.
All right, so you've had a big few weeks, Callum. You have you've been on a
Nothing bigger than fucking getting to write the Fixtures theme song, mate. Nothing better.
Just let me finish my sentence. National tour. You're touring with the Darkness earlier this year. The old mate lead singer is just Hawkins he's just featured you on his YouTube channel. About 7 million subscribers there, so people know how to play your shit. You've released this epic new song, Stan Quaylen, which you're wearing the thing here. All of that pales.
Yep.
And I fucking emphasise
Capital
pales
P.
in significance to the theme song for the Western Fisters. How do you feel?
Mate, honoured doesn't even begin to sum it up, really, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know, mate. It's just, when I'm old and grey, I'm going to be looking back on moments like this, specifically this one, just being like, wow, mate, how did I make it here? You know what I mean? How was I blessed with this opportunity? And I just really like to thank you for, giving me this sort of shot, this opportunity to really cement myself as one of the great West Australian songwriters.
Are you getting a bit emotional?
I'm trying not to tear up. It's not just because I had a big weekend, but it's more just that I'm just overcome with emotion, mate. It's just such a privilege to be a part of this beautiful thing, mate.
They're going to, I'm sure everyone who's been in WA has seen the Bon Scott statue. We're going to get a Cal Kramer with a fist at Flory Athena Park when we win this fucking thing. And people are going to be on the highway to Fist, whatever the road is that leads to that place, the highway to Fist.
We're going to give you one of these inaugural Western Fisters T-shirts for your trouble, which I know you love getting paid in T-shirts, Cal.
It's going to be extra small, mate.
Extra small, sleeves off.
Yep.
One request is, though, you do something at a gig. It doesn't have to be a big one, where you replace most words with fist and of a song of yours, and you just throw fist in there. We'd love that.
The fists don't lie. What else could you do it? Fist it up.
That works.
Fist it up.
Fist it up works real good.
Stand fisting.
Yeah. There's not a lot of words in that one, though, so that's probably not your best bet.
Hey, Carl, just a quick one for you. Obviously, you just mentioned Western Australian music. It's very important, to us as well. I wondered how you'd feel about us submitting this song to the Western Australian Music Awards as like a...
Hey, man, that's a great idea, but I think we got blacklisted from that. After me little spiel that I went on last year, so maybe just put it under you boys' name or something. Because it's a guaranteed winner, but you just don't want it to be sort of attached to me, because otherwise it won't get a chance.
We could send it to... Who sings for Coldplay? What's his name?
Martin.
Ricky Martin.
Ricky
we can send it to Ricky Martin.
We should also send it to Ricky
Send it
Martin.
to Ricky Martin instead. Just like, hey, bro, check this song out, man. Hey, Ricky, La Fista Loca.
Live la vida fista, baby.
Fucking funny.
Now, Cal, we just wanted to say thank you very much, mate.
Yeah,
we
thank you,
absolutely
mate.
love the song. We appreciate your time and effort, mate. Do you think we can do it? Do you think we can win the national championships of fistball?
I reckon you can, and that's why I kind of wrote it that way. I wrote it like, it's easy for everybody to pick up, not just the players, but the supporters as well. And now it's up to you bastards to make sure that you actually win a few games so you can sing it after the game, you know what I mean?
Give us a look at that
Don't
fist.
let it go to waste.
Give us a look at that fist, mate. Yeah, you
Fuck,
bloody
I
do.
That's nice.
Thank you, mate. We'll speak to you soon.
Well done, Carl.
There, boys, have a good one.
You too.
You too, mate.
What a
What a
man.
guy.
What a
What a
West
legend.
Australian. What a
Yeah,
fister.
what a Western
Yeah,
Australian.
what a
What a
fister.
fister. Let's hear from Fleet Network.
Fleet Network. If you don't know already and you would like to know, it'll save you money. It'll help your budget. And
It'll do
you can
those
get
things.
one of the cars that you want to get and drive around. I don't like cars. I just need somewhere to get from point A to point B. Fleet Network can do that for you while saving you money if you are employed by anybody.
Yep.
That is a qualification you need. You need to be an employee.
I'm one of those.
You could be an employer and it could help you, but
Yep.
employees, you go to Fleet Network, they sort your shit out, and then you get yourself a car, a brand new one.
Yeah, you novated yourself a lease and
And
you're away.
you literally you just give it over to Frank and the boys. They handle it with
Everything.
your employer.
Everything. There's
It's
apps.
great.
You put expenses through there. They pay you back your money. It's all inclusive. You pay one fee for the month. So I don't know. You get down there. You get yourself an Isuzu car that I've got. It's fucking great.
The D-Max.
Yeah, the D-Max, Isuzu D-Max. You go, all right, here's your Isuzu D-Max. They say, here's the amount of money you need to pay a month. That's all we heard from you. That's all she wrote. There's the money.
Drive away,
There's
no
the
more
car.
to pay. Shit,
Well,
yeah.
there's some to pay.
There's obviously more to pay. It's an ongoing lease. That's the whole point.
You know what though? Last week I got my
Drive away, no more to pay until next month. You have to pay again.
I got my car serviced, so
Idiot.
I'm not with Fleet Network right now, and I'm
Yes.
working
You idiot.
towards getting a fleet service.
Yes.
When I got my car service, I dropped it off, did all that stuff. The guy was showing me all these forms. I was like,
No,
how much am I
you
going to
gotta pay
pay? He's
this,
like,
you
doing the
gotta
extra
pay
$45. The oil thing. I was like, man, I don't know anything about this. I should just be with
Just
Fleet
bundle
Network.
it all in one cost and give it to
Exactly.
me. But yeah, pay this. You got to pay this. How
So-
about you send some money here?
Lesson learned.
Idiot,
Lesson
Dan.
learned. I'm going to call Frank and the boys.
Fleetnetwork.com.au to choose your next vehicle and leave the rest to their dedicated team of experts.
There you go. Novatate.
Yeah, Novated.
What did you
Novated.
say again? Novatate.
Novated yourself a lease. Why would
Is
you?
Novatate
Or just
the
Novate.
actual word?
No, it's Novate.
Yeah.
All right.
It's Novate. I was actually speaking about that at work today with my boss, and we were talking about.
Yeah, you've got to actually do that now.
Yeah, I actually have a real job. No, we
Oh,
were talking,
yes, of course.
we were talking about Novatedding yourself a lease because my boss was mates with Frank from a while back, and obviously, if you wanted to Novated yourself a lease and Novated 1, 2, or 3 of them, I could probably hook you up with a hoist or a stacker.
Yeah, great. So
AAQ
you get
Australia.
3 cars,
Get
a
yourself
stacker.
3 cars.
Can we do a special?
Novated yourself a lease, get yourself 3 cars, and I'll get you a stacker.
Can you lease the stackers?
Nah.
Or you want to get a stacker and then sublease them?
Sublease your stackers.
We could fill your house in Thingo with stackers. You could knock the house down.
Yeah.
Just put stackers on there.
I'm not sure my
People-
father would appreciate that.
Well, that's just like car
Daddy.
storage. People do that, yeah.
So,
That's car park.
It's just a car park. The
we're
boys
going
are-
to take this offline, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just,
Knocking down Dan's house to put up stackers. Sponsored by AAQ Australia.
And Swimply. What do you want to swim? There's just a pool and stackers on board. Come over if you want to stack a car, you want to swim the pool.
Dan's house. He's Dad's house. Love you, Daddy.
Daddy. Daisy Pierce, again, was rewind. AFLW
Yeah, we
coach
skipped
of the
over
West
that.
Coast
West Coast Eagles.
Yeah,
AFLW.
that's huge.
Yeah.
That's pretty big.
Mate, that's actually big.
Yeah, big news. Very big news coming out of the camp today.
Did you get a call asking to jump back in as a assistant there?
No, I didn't, mate.
No, she didn't call. Okay,
No, I didn't get that call up.
that's all right.
I gave Hammer a call. I won't say who it was for. I gave Hammer a call. Maybe
Ah,
just seeing his
yeah.
interest in his assistant
tickle.
coaching.
Yeah.
Not interested whatsoever.
No, it's pretty tough for me to get back into coaching after I've been ousted the way I have been. But no,
Unless
it's
it's for fistball.
unless it's for fistball, obviously. Milne, if you need a co-coach, I'm happy to jump in and help out. But no, big news coming out. It's good. They needed something. Things were going south. The place was a shambles, and all of a sudden, bang! You've got a steadying ship.
I'll just say she's never coached her own team before. I don't think she's been head coach. That'll be a big step up. She seems like she knows the game of footy so well. I actually love her commentary. I know some people don't. I do. I like it. I think she's sensible, common sense, pretty measured. Calls it as she sees it a bit, and I like that. But like, there's a big difference between, and she's been coaching at Geelong, as well as her media roles. Like stepping up into a head coaching job, that's big. So she's like the best AFLW player. Her and Aaron Phillips, right, over the past. So be it.
Yeah,
Like in the conversation.
yeah.
Top
In the
5.
conversation, she's certainly she was a pioneer of
She
the
a premiership
AFLW.
captain?
Yeah, premiership captain.
Right. So she's done a lot as a player.
She's done a lot as a
that
player.
doesn't necessarily mean you're a good coach, but
No,
we
she
do hope
has-
she
yeah.
is.
We hope she is for the sake of the football club.
West Coast need it, mate. Like
Yeah.
West Coast.
The good thing about her is it's sort of like you don't get a free hit, but it's like she comes with all the accolades from AFLW. She comes with a good resume as a coach. She's had obviously gigs at Geelong, but you can't get worse. So
No,
it's like, that you can't get
It's a
any
little
worse.
bit like the men's team.
A little bit like the men's team.
Sure.
You get a free. You literally you're walking into your very first gig, and anything you do that will make us better, it's just not hard.
We celebrated.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, I love Nizzy, but Nizzy was in the press conference today. I thought,
Yeah,
Don
pretty
Pike's-
weird. Get Don Pike in there.
Don Pike, the CEO. What's happening?
Anyway,
He's doing a sign-off session. Sign him off.
he's doing the farewell tour.
John Farnham.
Anything good that happens, Nizzy's like, yeah, that was me.
15 years time. He's still going to be coming back.
Going from AFL to NBL. Some more acronyms for you.
Yes.
Mitch
Wait,
McCarron.
Sorry. I know you hate that. Sorry.
What?
Just before we finish off,
Right.
I heard something about the milkman, Jason
Gilby, okay.
So we raised this last week. The milkman's now playing for the AFL waffle side at the West Coast Eagles. Apparently, it's been overblown.
Yeah, he's not Harley Reid's best friend. That's what I've heard.
So
Just
number
a
one,
friend of Harley.
that's not what I was talking about,
well,
but that's what we should talk
Anyway,
about.
I've heard that he's just Harley Reid's friend.
He hasn't replaced his daily water intake with milk. Apparently he just said he liked milk a lot, and then it kind of got legs, so he sort of bought into it. And then like Pure Milk and Masters and all these milk companies are sponsoring him. And so now he just tells people he drinks milk only, but it's
Just
nothing
drinks
like
straight
that.
milk.
He just likes milk. It's like you say, I like beers, and then people be like, "What? You fucking substituted
drinks
water with
beers."
beer? Are you pissed right now?"
Yeah, fuck.
Well, I'm just disappointed.
Yeah.
That sort of hurts a bit.
Anyway, apparently he's a good bloke.
Yeah, good bloke, but not Harley Reid's best friend.
And it could be lactose intolerant. Who knows? Maybe,
Could be.
maybe he never drinks milk.
Oh boy.
The NBL, Mitch McCarron, right? So he was a legend of the Melbourne basketball team, right?
I wondered who this guy was.
Which one?
He's Melbourne United.
Phoenix.
That they
United,
for some
or
reason
they
they
were
went
the
with the
Tigers
soccer.
a while ago.
Yeah, so they went from Tigers. They had Southeast Melbourne. They had the Tigers.
So he's
and then
basically like Copeland and Gaze and this guy.
Oh no, he's not in those. He's not in that conversation. But he was
I'm just
pivotal to
identifying,
their
I don't know
success.
that.
Just a good
early days,
player.
all right. Then what happened was the team brought in old mate who played NBA, Dellavedova.
Dellavedova.
And Dellavedova. They sort of like
Goggets.
they
Anyone
gave.
remember having those things? Goggets? Fuck, they were good. Anyway,
Is that the little,
little
tubes?
tube of
Oh,
yogurt?
that would be
My
good.
kids eat them all the
Yogos?
time.
They're really
Yeah.
good. We'll get down to that.
Call
later.
them yogurt pouches though.
Yogos. Anyone
Take
have
it
them?
off.
The fucking monkey that was like a chocolate. Oh, and you put the M&Ms in there. Anyway, brilliant. Continue.
Gross.
NBL. We're talking about Matthew Dellavedova.
Anyways, Doggett came in. Mitch McCarron had to find a new home, so now he's playing for Adelaide
Freelance.
36ers.
He's a captain.
And they've been they've been pretty shit for a while, right?
okay.
They used to be a storied franchise, very very good.
Like
They've
West
been-
Coast.
Like Essendon.
They've been a mess.
Could be like West
It's
Coast.
like West Coast, a storied franchise that is shit now.
The coach at one point in a WhatsApp group was calling people cowards and like went after them. Then
What, they got leaked?
That got leaked and
Hang on.
devastating
He's
result.
calling people cowards.
yeah, like he went hot.
Wow.
Imagine the
He was like,
Simo just going, "Have you're a fucking coward, mate."
yeah,
We
it
said that
got
behind
leaked.
closed doors plenty of times.
It's been a shit show for years, right? So now and now they're just shit. Nick, bring up this video. I want to hear what you guys think about this. This is Mitch McCarron at training.
Stop fucking bitching! This is why we're in this fucking position. Everyone wants to fucking snitch on each other. No fucking solidarity. No one fucking kicks in house. Everyone wants to fucking snitch on every other person to throw every other fucking person under the bus. I'm not gonna fucking do it. Train hard, shut the fuck up, get stops, win games. End of story. Six on three, 1, 2, 3, 6.
They say snitch on three.
Sixes on three.
Oh, I thought you said fisters
yeah,
on
that's
three.
good from a skipper.
I loved
Love
that when
that,
I
yeah.
saw that. I loved it because one, I didn't really know who he was. I don't know anything about.
Would have loved for
basketball.
him to call people out.
Yeah,
Really personalise it.
So there's a few things with this tape, right? Number one, this is what happens in elite sport. Maybe not to that extent. I don't know. I don't know if I've seen that personally, but like pretty close to that. I've been involved in stuff like that. That's not the first time he's spoken to the group. I can almost guarantee that he's banging his head against the wall. I don't know how to get through to these guys. How far into the season are we?
About a third to almost halfway through.
Halfway through the season. They've done the reviews. They've changed the way they're playing. They've dropped people. They've dropped their coach. Is that right?
This is going back seasons, so it's been a shit show
But
for many years.
I'm just saying, like, this year, I guarantee he would have tried everything under the sun and skip it, and nothing's changed. And he's going, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to spray the fuck out of him. What's happened though is who's taped that? Who's
They're talking about the snitch and all of a sudden someone's just in the back.
taped that and released it? You don't get to see the
Yeah.
follow up from him. I guarantee you, straight
was
after
follow-up.
that, they go into the change rooms. boys would be laughing at him, like
Yeah.
maybe a little bit of time to cool off.
Yeah.
But by now, that was almost a week ago. They'd be like, mate, how are you going off your head?
Sorry, a little update for you. 5 days ago,
He's sacked, isn't he?
Adelaide 36ers coach CJ Bruton sacked.
Yeah.
So
So I was right.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
CJ, you're out the door.
I was thinking Joey Wright, the guy who leaked, all the leak.
CJ
WhatsApp
Bruton
stuff.
got sacked, and that came out one day
Yeah.
later.
Yeah,
right?
it's all
Okay.
it's a shit
So
show.
I'm all
there.
over it. I think that's what elite sport is, and people don't get to see that. What do you
No.
think?
Oh, I love it. And it's just coincidentally reminded me of something of you.
Excellent.
Because I just got a text today from a friend of mine, Patrick Bynes, who reminded me of a video that you two were talking about when he was in training, got tired and tied his shoes up, undid his laces and then tied them back up in the middle of a match sim. And you've just seen it and gone over and fucking obliterated him.
What was? I don't remember this.
You two were on, might have been during COVID, you were Instagram living talking about this story.
Oh, really?
Byner was at train, like Byner, me and him weren't very good, and we retired on our own terms, and that's great. But he was at training one day, and we were in first year player. He was
Probably
only on the
months
list
in.
for a year. We
Probably
were
months into
match
it.
sim, and like he'd come for basketball. He's a big lad. Anyway, just like got knackered halfway through a session, and we were in the middle of a training session, match sim.
It wasn't like having a break like waters.
No.
The game's happening.
The game is happening. He has gone down, undone his shoelaces, and tied them back up.
Right. to
And
give
Scully's
himself-
seen it and just gone and fucking hosed him.
That's good.
And then this reminds me of that because he would have been a better bloke and a better player for it, which is exactly what the Adelaide 36ers would be on the back of that.
I followed him up straight after the drill, but like at the time, like
You fucking kidding me?
Yeah, just ripped him to shreds. Like,
What are
mate,
you doing?
You will never fucking make and I told him like you will never fucking make it here at any level if you ever do that again.
Yeah.
If anyone else sees this, you will literally be asked to get your shit and get out. Like, don't ever do that.
Undoing his shoes.
Be-
You know
and-
what, that wouldn't have been the first time he's done that as well.
No, correct. But no one would have called him out like I did.
Yeah.
I still speak to Byner and he speaks about that. And he was
Yeah.
like, no, it was the best ever.
He sent me that video today. It was pretty funny.
People were bitching and moaning about, oh, he can't speak to the players like that. That's elite sport. It's so in the moment. It's so emotional. If he didn't follow up afterwards, if he just did that and hasn't spoken to them all week,
Just walked out. Fuck you guys.
you can get fucked.
You can go home next year. I'm coaching St Albans.
Bring the lemons.
Stick the fucking solos up your ass. Don't even open them. Stick them up there.
I love you.
Oh,
Love you. I don't know if I like you. All right, sorry.
anyway.
Very good. Let's hear some music demo. Hit me.
You said it, we read it.
If it's good.
If it's good, thanks to Leadville Cameras, doing all the things that we do with this podcast. Thanks to Leadville Cameras, mics, lights, it all.
Lydio.
They
He raised a
supply it all.
shitload of money for something the other day.
Yeah,
I saw
saw him handing over a big novelty check.
$20,000 of a novelty check.
Oh, he,
Golf day, yeah.
he
Yeah.
raised.
They raised a lot of money.
He was
Right.
holding the check. I assumed
Yeah.
it was from him.
They probably printed it too because they do that.
Yeah, they probably did.
at Leadville Cameras.
Oh.
I spoke to Lydio yesterday. Yeah, yesterday.
About fighting?
Uh,
You guys still got to do that?
no, we've parked it. I think
2024.
What are you talking
It's
about?
2024. Just want to call him about some camera stuff because we're looking at hiring some gear to take over to the fistball tournament. And he said, mate, we're just so busy at the moment with the printing side of things. It's crazy.
Christmas
so if
time.
you need Christmas printing done, canvases, all of that stuff,
They'll
Christmas
fit you in.
cards, get them in.
But they'll fit you in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they will.
Just tell me from BackChat, they'll fit you
They'll
in.
look
That's
after
what-
you. You spoke to Lydio? Is that you had something about Lydio?
I developed a like those old school cameras.
Disposable?
Yeah, disposable camera.
How'd that go?
Kids, like, I don't know. I haven't seen the camera. I haven't
Kids
seen the
loved
photos
it.
yet. It's definitely developed. I got a text message saying it was done.
Beautiful.
There's only 2 emails here, which, to be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed about.
okay.
hello@backchatpodcast.com.au. You can even send it to hello@backchatstudios.com.au. Mum Digital made that website for
They
us,
did,
and
it's
it's
awesome.
bloody good. Send us an email. Hi, guys. Massive fan of the podcast. Just out of curiosity, how would I get a question onto the program that Will and Dan would be able to ask one of the players they interview? And if possible, do you guys have information about the players you might interview in the future? Massive fan of the podcast from Geelong. Regards, Angus.
All right, Angus, a couple of things. Come down to the Fistball Championships this weekend, big fella. We'll see you there.
Number
It's
one.
very easy to answer your question. Social media, post that goes up on Instagram before every guest goes on. Put a question in there. If it's good enough, we'll ask the guest. That's what the segment is for. People asking the guest questions. Do we advertise who's coming out before? I mean, that's our way of doing it. So, for instance, we had Damien Oliver coming up and his social media went out 4 weeks before we had him on. Something like that.
Yes.
So if you're playing along at home,
Backchat
you can-
__ on Instagram.
Yeah, you got it.
Yep,
you
that's
go.
the best place for it. Hey, actually, speaking of social media,
Yes.
we went to the WA Media WA Football Media Awards.
Yeah, we did.
We all did.
Last week. The three
We
of
were
us.
all there, yep.
I didn't know you were going to be there, Hammer. That was
Neither
a
did
pleasant
I.
surprise.
I forgot.
Got an award.
Yeah,
Got
got
an
an award.
award.
Completely forgot about it.
Waffle Player of the Year.
Yep.
Well done, mate.
Thanks.
Hey, let's round of applause for Waffle Player of the Year.
How do
guys.
they judge that? Who wins the Sandover?
Well, no, they
Sorry.
don't because Jackson Ramsey won it in 2020 and he didn't win the Sandover. So I think it's just, I don't know. But it helped that my host mum's mum was sponsoring the award, so it was sort of kept in house. But yeah, winning the Sandover certainly helps.
Well done.
That was bloody
Thanks.
good.
Congratulations.
You were late, Will, because you had other commitments, but you got a little bit of a drive-by before you got there.
Did
So
I?
the host, who did a great job, by the way, she did sort of a recap of the year in media,
Yes.
in the footy landscape. And the thing that she said about you was, and Will Schofield, was seen on every possible media outlet in Australia throughout the
Respect.
football season. And props to him and his work on social media. She
Nice.
she
Is that
dropped
right?
social media.
Good on her.
Don't know if that was like a deliberate
Bonnie.
thing, but she did it.
I mean, yeah, so that was Bonnie, AJ Tyler's wife, actually.
Yep.
Um,
It's an interesting room, that one.
look.
Everyone sort of sits there, and from my one time there, it was like everyone was like, how much we love each other, and we're all working for the same thing. We love, and it's just like,
I was nominated for the major award, right?
Yep.
But apparently they sit around the room, all the major people. BackChat doesn't get a seat at that table, by the way.
no,
And they all like push their cases of their guys or girls. Oh, this is why this person. No one's pushing BackChat.
No.
I mean, all we did was start an independent media company that now employs up to 10 people, put out 12 podcasts a week, completely changed the media landscape in Perth. I mean, that's all we did.
that's
this
all
year.
you did. What's Rhino
Yeah.
done? Just
Man.
got his
Fucking reading the teleprompter.
Yeah,
He's doing
Rhino's-
less than he did last year.
Rhino's
He's now reading the teleprompter.
Rhino's the biggest dog on the biggest fucking media channel. Of course, he's going to win it.
We love
Everyone
Rhino.
in there, we love Rhino.
We actually love
He's
Hayes
a-
as well. We love
yeah,
Hayes as well.
Hayes is
We
a
love
star.
everybody.
Anyway,
but also,
they're all good.
BackChat's the best.
But also, they're in there saying how much they love each other and they will work together. But it's like we all know you're just fucking trying to snake each other to get the best story. We all hate.
Correct.
I know you hate you and you hate you. It's like fuck you. They're all sitting
Big
there.
cousins
Yeah.
here, everybody.
Yeah, they're all hugging each other with knives, stabbing each other in the back. Go BackChat.
Go BackChat.
And thank you to the Kyle family,
this
obviously,
e-
for sponsoring the Waffle Player of the Year.
That's great. This email, I don't have any text. It just says image ready to go. So Nick, I assume you're going to give us
It's just a big cock and ball.
some sort of picture. Oh yeah.
Oh, wow. This is a follow-up from last week.
Follow up from last week. Here we go. So last week we sent an email to say that
The winners.
the top 100
Yes.
winners of the NRL Supercoach,
Yes, KFC Supercoach.
won some stuff,
Sharon.
including a Sharon football.
And we-
NRL.
Can we get that back
fantasy
up, please?
competition.
Can I have a
Please
look?
bring that up.
Where's it gone? Can I have a look?
A Sharon.
Like they've got a rugby bag. It looks shit house, by the way, and a fucking
maybe a
Sharon.
pair of
Is that a
shorts.
troll? What's happened?
That's pretty
So it
funny.
says, and I thought the voucher was $100, and I zoomed in there, and there's a $20 voucher there.
That is fuck all.
That hurts.
Oh, gee, that's good. Converting the listeners. Well
So
done.
Nick, do we have some more info on that? Can you? All he said was okay.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, great.
Okay.
We've covered that off.
Okay,
Top 100 and you get a Sharon.
there you go. I asked old mate NRL Roast,
Roasty.
Roasty on Instagram. Bloody legend, love him. He said that's outrageous. He
Love him so
doesn't
much,
think
why don't you
that's.
marry him?
Well, I might. Okay,
May as well. Fucking you and Rose.
nothing else to do. He didn't believe me when I said, "Oh, mate, is it true that this happened?" And then he said, "No, that's not true." And then I sent him the screenshot. He said, "Bullshit. I'm going to have to investigate this." So we're still waiting for some more information. But well, it's the biggest discovery of the year so far.
Biggest NRL scandal of the year. Don't probably not, but
They're playing in Vegas for their first round.
they do heaps
And
of
they've
bad
sent,
stuff.
they've sent the Fox rugby team across there to investigate,
What's
to give
happening?
a sample. It's just like Matty Johns, Phil Gould, all these fucking guys going over there to Vegas. Just going over there.
Awesome.
Yeah, check out the pool parties.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, g'day, Scully, Dan, and Andrew and Angus's brother.
Yep.
It's Will my finger do, and
Yeah, mate. Yeah, sharing me cock around here.
yeah, we're just down at the races, and we got a 5-bucker for old Skeeter. He's running a bit of a muck around here, and he gave us a few dodgy tips. So yeah, turn the shit up, mate.
Yeah, not good enough, mate. You fucking got to sort that shit out, mate.
Have a good one, boys.
Skeeter's giving him some dodgy tips. I was with Skeeter one day at the races when he was betting in fucking in the middle of what the fuck? It was just one of the BackChat dirt races in Ballina or whatever
Loves
it
a
was.
punt skater.
Because he lost everything in the major metro races. He was betting out in fucking Launceston or wherever the hell he was betting. Who knows where it was? Skate lost everything.
Oh, we're done.
This tomorrow, Damien Oliver.
Huge.
We just
Speaking
talked
of
about-
jockeys, speaking of races.
Damien Oliver on the podcast. So his final race is this week ever.
Yep.
One of the, probably would he be one of the greatest West Australian athletes of all time?
Yes, no doubt.
Yep.
He was in the sport at the elite level for over 30 years. Won
That's so
won the
crazy.
flag 3 times effectively. Won every other race, and then he did a Grand Slam. He won something like 1,400 races or something.
Yep.
Is it more?
No, 3,200 races.
He's
like,
as
just
good as they
outrageous.
get. He's as good a jockey as the world's seen ever.
Yeah, it's a very good chat. That comes out tomorrow, and one of the few guests that came in that I'm actually taller than, which was nice.
only.
Because
Who else have been taller than?
no, one of
Last week you were eyeballing Spider Burton's cock and balls.
So Damien Oliver comes out tomorrow. Very good chat. This weekend, fistball. Any last thoughts before we do our last sort of prep?
I'm sore. So when you're talking about the swollen cartilage, etc.,
Situation,
happening,
yeah.
I am suffering the same. I have a
Yep.
swollen
You've
ankle.
got swollen something.
My hip flexor and groin are sore, and I've fisters forearm.
Fisters forearm, yeah. Ice up.
Am I worried? No.
God.
What are you doing to help that throughout the week?
Nothing.
Great.
Power throw, fist throw.
In fact, I'm going to have a hit of golf.
Good man.
That's what I'm going to do.
Exactly what you need.
So look, thank you for listening to the journey. Wish us luck.
Wish us luck.
Make sure you watch the stream. Make sure you buy the merch. 3 just sold as we're playing right now.
We're down to 47.
That is correct. So jump on. Thanks for your support. Go to Western Fist.